While a few will assuredly dot future game rosters, the destination for the 2028s is clear. Prep Baseball's super sophomore games in these updated and expanded class rankings will serve as our summer roadmap to that end goal. This is Coffee and Curveballs. I'm Cory McCartney, joined as always by Shooter Hunt. And Shooter, the mere expansion of the rankings is going to come with its own intrigue as so many new names will join the proceedings. But the super sophomore games, which will include 5 locations, East Coast, Southeast, Midwest, Central, and West, really ratchets up the attention and the possibilities for these sophomores to be.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm trying to figure out which super sophomore games I am going to be attending. I won't disclose that on here. But it was really fascinating going through this group because there is obviously so much talent each year, who's coming next and finding out. And that's why we're able to expand because we see so many more players. It's never just, hey, these are the guys. No, we're going to continue to get out there. Our boots on the ground staff are all over the country. We're constantly in contact. Who's next? Who's had a good year? Who were some freshmen that did well in varsity? Oh, this preseason event, this guy was really good. Let's track him throughout the next 6 months or so, see where he gets to. But all of that coming together from our network, we were able to expand things to 200 players, and they are some really talented ones.
Well, I know where I'll be, and I'm excited to have that Southeast version August 2nd and 3rd at Lake Point. Should be an absolute blast. Let's turn our attention to these rankings. The top 10 remains led by the dynamic Dexter McCleon Jr., the Georgia prodigy, suiting up for Buford, who has been playing in the spotlight for years at this point. Pick your favorite superpower here as he brings ridiculous bat speed at 84.4 for near triple-digit exit velos. He runs a 6.6 60, pops off fastballs into the 90s. There is no question why he remains at number one.
Yeah, you're looking for those athletes with aptitude, with some aggression in there, and he can do it all. So it makes it easy to kind of bet on like, hey, this guy's got a chance. Now, all these players are going to have to make progressions. Yes, some of them are in the top 10. Dexter's number one. All of them have to get better, right? They're not finished products by any means, but look at that foundation of Dexter McCleon. He's got some big time stuff. He's got a really good program. He's in, as you know, Cory, the right state to really continue to get better. It's a baseball haven down there. But he can swing it. He can run the outfield. He's kind of five-tool guy, and then he hops in the mound. He's the best arm in the class. So there's so much to like about where he's headed, and that's why he's number one.
A new number two in Kansas is Keelin Zumalt out of Summit Christian, who just put on a show at National Program Invitational, driving in 7 runs across 6 hits. The 2024 feature gamer just flat out hits, and he brings some serious potential on the mound as well.
Yeah, and our national underclass guy, Cooper Trinkle, did such a great job. He's down at NPI. He's locked into Keelin Zumalt. And I was just saying, like, this guy's a flat out dude. He's 6'3", 180. It's a really impressive frame, but you get up close, he's going to get even stronger. The feel for the barrel, he's moving that around a bit. It's loose. He can change planes. He can adjust, but he also has a big power profile. So that really helps. Then he hops on the mound. He's 83, 87, can really spin the baseball, good feel for a changeup. It's a quick arm, still polishing all around. He's a Kansas product, but he's got great bloodlines. And I think he's going to have a chance to continue to develop. And that's why he moved up into that number 2 role where, hey, this is a huge upside kid. If he continues to stay on this path, he's got a chance to really have some success in high school.
Staying within the top 10 are Yariel Lito Diaz out of TNXL, Etowah shortstop, and third baseman Colin Anderson at fourth, North Carolina outfielder Ethan Stewart in fifth, and Grapevine, Texas lefty Luke Escobar at eighth. Some loaded arsenals for the lefties, Diaz and Escobar. Diaz was up to 89 in MPI. Escobar, an LSU commit, who's the only committed player in the class, is into the high 80s as well. And those bats with Anderson and Stewart makes it undeniable why they are firmly in place in the upper echelon of this class.
Yeah, we tend to have a trend to having these lefties in the top 10 because there's so much value attributed to them as we're marching towards what will end up being July of 2028 with these guys. But Lito Diaz is flat out electric. Hops on the bump. It's 3 pitches for a strike. He's got a put away slider that's going to continue to get better. The mound presence and moxie. Pitched at TNXL had a big year against a lot of older, talented players. And still the frame is going to continue to develop. He's pitching with that Canes national team. Did a really nice job at the NPI. Escobar the same way. He's pitching Texas high school baseball. It's big time stuff. Talking to Brandon Goins, Max Semler, our big time guys down in Texas. Like this kid has a path to continue to get better. He's really athletic and also swinging a little bit. So that's a big reason for those guys being in the top 10 and featured so prominently. You talk about Colin Anderson, who Colin Anderson's going to challenge for being the number 1 player in the class. And we had discussions behind closed doors about, hey, is this the top guy? He can stick on the infield. He's a 6'6" runner. center. It's electric stuff. Every time I talk to Ian Smith and Hudson Graham down at Georgia, I'm like, his swing, I have to see it in person because it reminds me of Glen Allen Hill. And like for any of you older people out there listening right now, Glen Allen Hill used to take like almost half swings and the ball would go like 500 feet. And Colin Anderson gets the barrel through the zone so easily, and it's just in there for so long. It almost looks slow. Like if you're looking at video, like is that kid even swinging? The ball goes 400 feet. Getting to see him up close and personal, those hands are exceptionally quick. He can move the barrel around again. His balance is exceptional, and just being on the field, there's an intensity to the way the way he plays. Really like the upside for Anderson. Stewart is just like, that's a pro hitter. This guy steps in the box and he's got flick. It's all over the place. Another guy where it doesn't look like he's really swinging and goes close to 400 feet. Kind of has almost like Colt Emerson vibes. You can think back to him playing with Team Elite down there. He steps in the box, kind of a similar stance. But he had a really nice freshman year and continues to hit. Dude just can flat out hit.
4 newcomers to the top 10: Connecticut righty Gavin Shakar at 6, Pennsylvania's lefty Grayson Bell in 7th, and 2 Californians, Theo Swafford at 9 and Jordan Ayala at 10th. With Shakar, who just turned 15, by the way, you're already talking about 6'3" frame, 190 pounds, already up to 96. He seems destined for triple digits. His fellow righty Ayala, meanwhile, is up to 94 with some devastating secondary stuff. With the lefty Bell, you're talking a smooth mover, ton of life in the fastball. It can swing it as well. And let's not sleep on Swafford, who was a freshman starting for Power Sierra Canyon, and this lefty bat did not disappoint.
Yeah, and when we're going through these rankings, it's really difficult for a prep right-hander to kind of jump up into the top 10, right? It takes a little while. They're very I would say risky throughout their high school period. There's a lot of more fluctuation for just a right-hander beyond just like he's throwing harder than everybody. He's doing this. There's so much more with the metrics that we look into. How does he move? Shakar coming out of Connecticut, kids just do not repeat like that. It is simple electricity, and up to 96 you talked about really competes. We really like the fact that it's not a guy who's just going out, I have a scheduled 2 innings here. Like that dude goes out and goes deep in the games. It's 3 pitches for a strike. He's gonna have a chance for a really good slider, feel for the changeup, but the fastball command is something that you don't see at this age. And shoot, you definitely don't see it 96 miles an hour at this age. 6'3", 190. You talk about he's one of the youngest kids in the class. Electric stuff. Ayala, similar. It's hard for a prep righty to get in here. He's flat electric. He went up against Corona. He's going against all the big dogs in Southern California. Dude is not scared. And I bet a lot of those first round bats were hopping in the box saying, whew, this is just a freshman, because that slider is wicked. And he has some of the grossest stuff in this class in general. Grayson Bell, who probably right now as we speak and we film here, is at the Pennsylvania State Games, which is an incredible event. I was just there. Can't say enough about what Dan Savit and the rest of the squad are doing there. But Grayson Bell can really spin the breaking ball. It is an absolute banger. 1-7 tight, top to bottom. Really good athlete. He's up in the upper 80s right now, but it's a starter profile. He's 6'2", 170, adding strength. It moves really easy. Hopefully you're seeing some video right now as I'm speaking over it. It just looks the part. You can't say enough about Grayson Bell. Hopefully he's killing it at the Pennsylvania State Games. And then Swafford, Sierra Canyon, shortstop. He can just do it all. We saw him in the fall, loved what he was about. What does he do? Oh, we like this guy, and it's something we do internally. Take a note. We have an evaluation. We like the tools. Let's go out and see him play. And he just put on a show all spring. So Theo Swafford, I'm a huge fan. Can't say enough about what his upside looks like.
You put your focus on some major movers in the class. We're going to break these down geographically. Out west, California comes with catcher Brandon Williams at 15th, shortstop Nate Godbold at 20th, and Arizona has outfitter Ben Jacobus at 29th. All on the move here, but I have to admit, I cannot get enough of the swing of Godbold out of Mount Carmel, a switch hitter who is doling out barrels like a Pez dispenser.
Oh, nice, Corey. You and me both, though. Both sides. This is going to stick on the left side of the infield. He's still just a baby, right? Baby giraffe out there, but that swing does not look like a baby giraffe. He gets the bat to the ball, makes some impact. Couldn't have it enough. Matt Monk, one of our scouts, great scouts in Southern California, did such a nice job getting out there and staying on. Like, this Godbold kid can play. He can play. I'm talking all the way from February straight through the season. So he did a really great job. Brandon Williams, one of my favorite backstops. I think he could catch in college right now. That's how good he is behind the plate, but he's also 6'3", 200 pounds, still getting stronger. It's a really talented catcher back there. And you talk about Jacobus. He steps in the box and it's excitement. He was at Corona del Sol. He had such a big time year this year. And he's playing as a freshman. They have guys 1 through 9, and this kid is setting the tone. And there's some serious flick. He just gets the bat to the ball and he impacts the game. He's an exciting player. I'm hoping to see him at potentially a super sophomore event this summer, or at some point this summer, because I just love the excitement that he brings to the diamond.
Texas gives us three names here. South Lake Carroll outfielder Camden Dean at 27, All Saints shortstop Jackson Knapp in 28th, and righty Cullen Scott from Melissa at 32nd. Scott put it all on display at MPI, showed major two-way potential, was up to 94 on the mound, and was just an extra base machine, some magic at the plate.
And I want to say he is from New Zealand or Australia. I'm going to get crushed for not knowing which one that is, but he goes out there and he looks like remember the old A's closer, Graham. Oh my God, Graham Lloyd, not Graham Lloyd. He's another Australian, but anyway, it's an electric arm. He was up to close to 95 miles an hour, just an absolutely bullying presence on the mound, throwing fastballs by guys. And I think he's going to throw hard even harder. It's still a young frame, super athletic. You go over to Camden Dean, who he's at South Lake Carroll, an absolute power in the state of Texas and nationally. Shout out to I think the Dragons. But the bat the ball is there, left-handed hitter. He just stands in right. You can feel that ground force when he steps into the plate, and he can cover the plate. Knapp, QB1, athlete, electric. He can hop on the bump. He's up in the upper 80s with a wicked slider, but he also swings it. So again, this is something you're hearing about each of these guys on this list that we've talked about today. But like those athletes with aptitude, bring that aggressiveness to the field, and you really want to bet on those guys.
The Midwest has two players from Ohio, Finley right-hander Landon Eckelberry at 19th, Kenton Ridge outfielder Jacob Greshel at 48th. By the way, that's where I was born. Finley and Kenton Ridge is one of my high school's rivals. And then
Okay.
Indiana comes with Brownsburg outfielder Canyon Kuntz at 68th. Eckelberry, who is also the starting quarterback at the same high school that gave us Ben Roethlisberger, is a three-sport athlete. He also wrestles, but shooter, the potential on the mound, undeniable for the guy who fills the zone like this.
Well, I think the fact that you're talking about that he's a QB1, he also wrestles, he's a three-sport guy, and then you look at what he's looking like on the mound and how simple the delivery is, but how athletic and explosive with feel for multiple pitches. You bet on a kid like that. He's hardworking. He's going from this sport to that sport to this sport. I'm sure he's going to be playing some baseball this summer while doing 7-on-7s, little Elite 11 Academy. He's going to be all over the country, but he still hops on the mound and he produces, and he's a competitor. That's what I love about him. That's why, especially as a right-handed pitcher, he's featured at 19th in the class. That is crazy high for a right-handed arm. So really good stuff out of there. And then you Groschel, who I'm watching a video on him, like the electricity of the hands, and talking with our guys in Ohio. Shout out to Weldy, Connor Holdren. He's a 6'5" runner. It's what you expect from Ohio. Square shouldered, 6'5" runner, can really go after it, plays hard, bat to ball, and it's an explosive talent. That's kind of the stuff that you get out of Ohio. And as they continue to polish, get more at bats against higher level arms, you think that that learning curve is going to quickly speed up and they're going to have a chance to get even better. And then you go to Canyon Kuntz, Indiana product, love his swing. Again, a 6'6" runner. It's bouncy, stands in the box, had no issues playing throughout this spring. And he's a guy, circle that name. I'm sure he's going to have a great summer, super soft. He's going to continue to explode.
Down south, Florida has righty Cohen Poplin at 26. Georgia brings two-way Thomas Gentry at 52nd. Poplin into the 90s with a fastball. Also has a flair for the dramatic. The 6-foot, 170-pounder homered in his first official varsity at bat for Venice.
I mean, Venice does such a great job. I got to see that in February. I was blown away by the program and what they do there and how they coach it, and what the kids are doing in the field. And then they throw this little freshman on the mound, and it's electric stuff. Super efficient takeaway and delivery. He's got feel for multiple pitches. He's got good bloodlines. There's a lot that's coming his way. And then Gentry, you talk about the two-way. Again, the athletes, just follow him, whether he's going to be a position player or a pitcher. You're going to continue to maintain that, and it will start to show itself later on. Or shoot, this is the golden age of two-way guys, so maybe he'll just be a two-way guy moving forward.
The expanded rankings give us a look at some players whose ascensions are just beginning. And we start out with the position players, where Mississippi outfielder Axton Westmoreland from Hernando is at 132. Georgia has Cartersville's David Vargas at 151. Michigan outfielder Flip Waters sits at 139. Keep a close eye on Westmoreland, shooter, a two-time junior feature gamer, has a smooth lefty stroke and brings some serious two-way potential.
Yeah, and I like all these guys. When we're going through this list, we have so much information coming in. I go through each guy. We're tracking down. Okay, let's check out what they did this spring. Axon Westmoreland had a great spring as a freshman. He just dominated. The bat the ball apparently is clearly there. I can't wait to see because as you talk about that smooth left-handed stroke, but all these guys just kind of notes that I leave myself like, hey, I like this. And I think a lot of people in the scouting community probably do the same thing. Like, I like this. I want to continue to track it. These were all guys. Vargas really twitchy on the diamond. Got a chance to see him at NPI. Kind of moves around well. Going to continue to see it. College coaches are going to be following him. Tommy Driver, though, from New York, like I can't say enough, but like I really think he's got a chance to be a number one player in New York in the long haul because the frame, the way the arm works, the polish of the delivery, I think he can continue to get better. Flip Waters, I think he's brother of Bino Waters, who had a great freshman year,
Oh
former
yeah.
Super 60 guy at Notre Dame, but he's continued to get better. And talking with Adam Goodwin, our guy in Michigan, just what he's been able to do in the offseason to continue to get better. And guess what? That happens. Freshmen, they continue to get stronger, they continue to get better. Those reps come, and it's what I think we do so well is the regionality of like seeing a kid like that who, hey, he wouldn't fit in Florida, he wouldn't fit in Texas, but in Michigan, he was able to kind of get those advancements, probably plays multiple sports. He gets to that next level. That's something that we're continuously taking into account with all of these players. I mean, Cole Medina from the left side, another guy I really like. I think he's a quarterback as well. His brother's on the team. He's a really good outfielder committed to Oregon. Dodger Friedrich, a kid from Illinois that I loved watching throughout the spring, and then Caden Dimitri down by you in Harris County in Georgia. Those are all really talented guys that I think have a chance to continue to jump up.
Well, all roads lead to the Super Sophomore Games. Who will land those invites? Cannot wait to see it play out over the next month plus. We'll be watching these 2028s make their marks. We'll be along every step of the way here on Coffee and Curveballs, so make sure you stick around. Until next time, for Shooter Hunt, I'm Cory McCartney, and we'll see you at the Diamond.